Hello and welcome to this part of the course. And in this chapter, we want to dive deep into action filters in Tableau, okay? Because I realized there's a lot of confusion out there on how to use them properly, and that's what you're gonna learn here, okay? So let's get into it. What I first do is I connect to my data source, and I'm going to Microsoft Excel in my case, and I'm selecting my masterclass training file, okay? So now we got our data, and we got our different tables from the data set, and I will use my orders table. So I simply drag and drop it and place it somewhere here, okay? And I got a preview of my data source here. So I can scroll to the right and can see all my data. That's fine. Okay, what else? I go to sheet 1 now, and now I could say I'd like to see, for instance, a map, right? So I have my customer countries here, and you can see it's a globe icon here, so I can simply double click on it, and I get my map here already. And currently you can see that I see here Vereinigte Staaten von America. It's German for United States of America. So what can I do here? This is because of my window settings, that's true, but in case you're living in a different country and you like to choose here, for instance, a specific geography, what you can do is simply go to File here, and then you can see Workbook Local. Instead of Automatic, in my case it's German, you can simply go to More, and then you can select the specific country you want to go to, right? In my case, let's say I go to English and set it to United States, okay? I click on it, click OK, and I click OK, yes, and you can see now it's called United States here, Canada, Mexico, and so on, okay? So I got my English translations for the countries. All right, so far so good. Now, what I want to do is, let's say I'm using my sales and I drag them to the color shelf here so we can see all the countries here and you can see the sales. And let's also just, let's drag this to the label as well, okay? So we also can see now the sales for specific countries. And the one unknown, this is simply because I have a null value, so basically an error in my data source, but you can simply click this and hide it, okay? So, because it's not in the map itself, because there is no country 0, okay? So, all right. So what I want to do is, the first filter I want to show you is basically the URL filter, okay? So what you're going to do is, you go to worksheet in this case. Just realize the following. We could also create a dashboard like that and drag our sheet into the dashboard like that. And let's say I make this the entire screen. So let's say this Artomatic, and we can see it here. And then we could also create our action filter here. So basically we have two options how we can create action filters. We can either do it within a worksheet, or we can do it within a dashboard. So both is possible. The difference is simply you go up here under worksheets and you select, in this case, actions if you want to place it on a worksheet, or if you want to place it on a dashboard, you go to the dashboard and you select dashboard and then you select actions here. But beside this, it works exactly the same, okay? So let's say, okay, I'm now create the dashboard, so let's use the dashboard. So I go to actions here, click on actions, and then I can add an action. So basically I click on this, and then we have 3 different options of actions, and we'll dive deep into all of them, okay? But for this first action, let's simply use a go to URL. So what I can do is, you select it, go to URL, and then you need to specify a name. Let's say Wikipedia country, okay? I simply name it this way, just to remember it and to find it later on. If you have a lot of action filters in your workbook, then you should always name them properly, so you always know which action filter belongs to which action actually, right? Just in case you want to edit them later on. And also for your colleagues. Okay, so currently it's this is a name. It's on my dashboard 1, that's true, because this is the dashboard 1, and it's also on sheet 1. If I have several sheets, I could select and deselect the sheets, but this is something we take a look at later on, okay? For now, I have my sheet 1 selected, that's fine, and then I can define how do I want to run the action. I can either run the action if I hover over a country, if I select a country with my mouse, or on the menu. So if I click on the country and then the menu opens, and then I can also click on the specific action to trigger the action. So in our case, let's say use it on select, so makes the most sense. So say select, and then I can specify URL. In my case, I already copy pasted here, which is HTTP English Wikipedia and then United States. So if I go to my browser, I could simply use this and type it in here, and I go to United States, right? So this works fine. But I go back now because this is hard-coded. It's currently hard-coded to United States. So what you can do is then simply get rid of this hard-coded value here. So delete it, and please keep the slash here. And then you simply add here, in this case, one of the dimensions you have within your view. Okay, these are basically the things you can add here to your hyperlink have to be in the view. So in this case, it makes sense because we have customer country. So I can simply select customer country like that, and then I click OK. Okay, and that's everything we need to do. Click OK in this case, and then what you can do is simply click on a specific country, for instance, United States. I do this again, and you can see that now the hyperlink opens to United States. Okay, so if I go back to Tableau, select it again, deselect United States, and then, for instance, go to Canada, select Canada, and you can see we go to Canada. Okay, so this works perfectly. Wikipedia is just one endpoint. Of course, you can select several sites depending on what you want to link to. You could also link, for instance, to a specific site on your Tableau server. This is also possible. But Wikipedia is just an easygoing way here, right? And that's why I wanted to show you. Okay, so that's the first action, which can be triggered on, as I said before, on a worksheet or a dashboard. Both is possible, which is simple URL action. Okay, so now you know how to use it, and you can use it in your next visual. Okay, so as always, thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video. Until then, best guys.